Yeah.
Our fickle boiler and radiators. I'll guarantee you probably my office is boiling hot and intolerable.
It's just nuts.
I don't think it is either.
Well,
I don't know whoever that is, they're on almost every.
You can see the lights.
Tried to scare the heck out of me.
Oh, yeah. Did we scare you? When did we scare you?
When you to catch your red eye tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
earlier than I have to leave for freaking Canyon City.
Can't leave at 6 a.m. for a red eye. Like I'm helping you, it just cancels. Oh, that's good, that's nice.
Okay. You said we are recording?
Yes,
Ellen?
we are.
Great. Okay. The time is now 10:27 p.m. and the executive session has been concluded. If any person who participated in the executive session believes that any substantial discussion of any matters not included in the motion to go into executive session occurred during the executive session, or that any improper action occurred during the executive session in violation of the open meetings law, please state your concerns now for the record. Hearing none, we will resume the regular meeting.
Do we need a motion to extend the meeting?
Well, we don't need a motion, but I just need your approval.
Yep.
Approved. Thank you. I'm sorry, let me get back to the agenda. Okay. Apologies. Give me a second here. Okay. The final thing is a consideration of an agreement that involves the city and Ms. Simonson. And I'm gonna turn it over to you to
Great.
give us council communication form.
Well, thank you, Mayor. I appreciate that. I just want to start off by saying I'm really happy. I am really just delighted at and proud of where the city is. And I feel like it's, just to take a moment to reflect on accomplishments. I've been with the city for almost 5 years, and I think every day was a leveling up of the city. I think some folks don't understand that the city was paper-based when I got here. And I think consistently with the addition of staff and the addition of folks who want to modernize the city, I think the city's in a fantastic position. And I'll tell you, when I initially looked at this position, I did my research, and a woman who was somewhat my predecessor, Sarah Dallas, you may know her, when she departed, she had the same opportunity to speak to the city council. And what she said, what I found was, she said, the burnout is real. She said it was the hardest job she ever had in local government. And I would echo those sentiments. I would say that this is probably one of the hardest jobs in local government. And, I think it's always good to look back and reflect on where you've been and sometimes reevaluate where you're going. And I think that's, 5 years is a good point to do that. And like I said, I'm really proud of what I've done, but I am tired. And I think that, it's important to, as Ms. Day Dallas said, work-life balance is important. And I think it's time for me to do that. And so I am happy and delighted to leave the city in this position that it's in, much better position than I came. But I am retiring at the end of the month, and so delighted to work with a fabulous staff to, turn the city over to capable hands and hopefully leave it in a place that it feels like it's on a journey to even better places. So, Mayor, thank you for letting me have that opportunity.
Yeah, I just want to I want to build on what you said because I was on council when you were hired and before when Sarah Dallas was around. And when she left, she gave a list of all of these things she felt the city needed, that she thought were priorities. And I kept that list. And I remember like the first year or two, we would bring these up and be like, okay, we checked off. So I think the extensive positive impact that you have had on the city, like achieving those, one of which, for example, was the city desperately needs a planner. And that was what you built. The city desperately needs a smoother, streamlined financial system, a smoother, streamlined permitting system. And this is what you've built. The city had skeleton staff when you started and was really, even though people worked their asses off and had burnout, was really limited in what it could do and what it could produce. And you've right-sized this city. I think we're at a great staffing space to accomplish even more and expand the scope and the quality of the work that the city produces. We owe you a great debt. I really appreciate your dedication and your service to the city. And I wish you well in your next undertakings. And more specifically, I wish you a tremendously decreased stress.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it.
That agreement between the city and Ms. Simonson needs a approval from council. And so I would ask somebody just to make a motion to approve the agreement.
I move to approve the agreement. Edwards seconds.
Grant seconds.
I'll beat you.
Oh my God.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Dillard,
Yes.
Councilmember Edwards,
Yes.
Councilmember Thomas,
Yes.
Councilmember Grant,
Yes.
Councilmember Carey,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Tharp,
Yes.
Mayor Green.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Moving on to public comments at the end of our meeting. Steve.
That shouldn't count on my time to wait. All right, before I go back to continuing, I am disappointed that you did not put me on the task force because I mentioned it, and I'm also disappointed of all the people that were here during the time when I said I wanted, one of the city council meetings, I said I wanted to be on that task force. So I look at this as a political decision, not one that is better for the city of Leadville. I noticed that you and Joey Edwards agree on everything except the 6th Street project. And that dovetails into this person that you keep calling mayor, who is not the mayor. So that's politics. Now, getting back to where I was discoursing on my personal experiences with the city of Leadville. I filed an appeal to the judge actually granted me to hear what was on tape that some informant made. And I knew it was all ludicrous information because I'm not a drug dealer. And at that point, I was angry enough that I wanted to make this a precedent so no one else would have to go through the hoops that I went through. Well, and it is a precedent. Before I moved to Leadville, I had an extremely strong friendship with a gay couple. And we spent a lot of time together. And when one of the things I liked to read about was gay lifestyles and interests. And so when I filed a court case against the gay developer scheme in my neighborhood, I knew what the whole story was. A lot of people in town viewed that as I hated gay people. And, they took their venom and injected it into me every opportunity they could, because they had a target that was societally acceptable. Not acceptable, societally acceptable. And I used to think about what idiots a lot of those people were, because if I hated gay people, then I wouldn't be reading poets that were gay. I wouldn't be reading writers that were gay. I'd never read D.H. Lawrence. You know, it just was ludicrous to me, and showed me how dull-minded people can be socially at times. One of the people that attacked me during that was Craig Schreiber, the artist. He came onto my property twice. The second time he spit on the side of my face and wanted to fight. Now I'm not gonna fight somebody that's gonna beat me up. That doesn't make any sense to me. That's not what we learned in the Marines. But when I went to tell the chief of police about it in that office up there, he threw me out of his office because he didn't want to do anything because of who Craig was in the community. Then I talked to a couple of people in the community, one of them still here, and they said, "Oh, you don't understand that." Now, Harry and Victoria Camp were involved they were somehow involved in that gay development scheme. And Craig, it was explained to me, was Harry and Victoria's drug collection agency for their drug business. If you didn't pay your, okay, I'm done. Thanks.
Thank you, Steve. Is there anyone else in chambers who would like to give public comment? Anyone online who would like to give public comment at the end of our meeting? And seeing none, we'll move on to the mayor's report. The weather report is that tomorrow's gonna be kind of a switch. My understanding is that the majority of the snowfall will occur here in the afternoon. Please plan ahead, please drive safely, and let's just be thankful for some moisture in the middle of this surprising change of the weather. The other thing is just a reminder, we have a work session next week on the 12th on the community center proposed options from AMD. Is that right, Laura?
Yes.
So please remind that.
Yeah, and well, the whole design team, so AMD and Valerie.
Okay,
And that's
the 12th. I will be remote for that.
So being remote is fine. I will also.
Yeah, we do not have to have a quorum at the work session, but I think it is really relevant information for all of us. So I'll be tuning in remotely because my daughter graduates this weekend and I'll be out there trying to move her back. That's all I got. Council reports.
I have one, Mayor. I'm not able to be present either in person or online on May 19th due to a work
So
obligation.
you will be gone
On
and
May
you will be
19th.
gone. On May 19th, we haven't really started building out this agenda as much, but we do have the second reading of the ordinance that we just heard tonight. And also a resolution amending our agreement with community builders. So we definitely will need a quorum. I will be here.
I'm here. Yeah.
Okay, great. Can I borrow your pen again? Did I take it? Have we got up there? Pen stealer. Pen has died. Sorry, I'm gonna make a note of Joey and Shannon's, otherwise I will forget. All right, other council reports.
One thing, Commissioner Elsa tried to email all of us through the all city council member address on our website, and I don't think any of us received it. And so I don't know if there's something wrong with that link. I tested it today and it worked.
Yeah.
So I don't know where the glitch was, but I forwarded her email on. But it was an invitation to schedule a joint work session to discuss law enforcement collaboration.
Fantastic.
So
Yeah.
you can read that in.
We're due for another joint work session. This is the second quarter already, so.
Yeah.
Did she send
Topics
it
just
out
present them.
recently?
Yeah,
Okay, so since council started or?
she sent it out on Monday.
Yeah,
Oh.
nobody received that one. I've had several people try to use that link and it does not work anymore.
It seems.
But it works
well,
for me,
works.
so I wonder if it's an internal, if it's an address that works for internal.
Maybe I don't.
Let's do this. When we get home, try
Not tonight, tomorrow.
tomorrow from my home computer. I will try to email you all. If I remember, somebody text me and remind me.
Yeah.
It won't be till tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, there have been several people like me that have tried to use that
Uh-huh.
link and it hasn't worked. So
Yeah.
I'll say I was in attendance with Lori at the rec meeting recently, yesterday, a couple days ago, where AMD presented kind of a
Mhm.
they presented to us the presentation that we'll see on the 12th. And it's really good. It answers a lot of questions. And I think I'm excited for the group to see this project come to that level of information.
I'm really excited to hear it.
If for some reason I'm gonna be flying and if for some reason I'm able to tune in at the time and see it, I can watch the video later, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Other council reports? Public meetings planner. I already talked about the work session next week. I think the only other thing that is not necessarily of interest to you guys, but I'm going to have to again change the animal shelter advisory board. Because I have a conflict on its current schedule on the 20th, so that may end up moving. That's all I have.
Okay.
All right. Motion to adjourn?
Grant needs to adjourn. Second.
All in favor? Aye, 10:43. Yeah, let's,
When is the work session this week?
next week, next Tuesday.
Oh, okay, all right, you said this week.
So,
All right.
I'm so late, I'm losing my ability to speak.
How long will things work?
Yeah, 6 p.m.
So, what about this, issue that I have?
If you want to come in and talk, my availability,
And or,
well, we won't include her. I want to hear you out first and see what that's right too, so I can understand like what to talk about.
okay, what day is
So I have in city tomorrow for a grant. And I'm leaving Thursday to go to my daughter's graduation.
Can we talk about now for 3 minutes?
I get up at 6 in the morning to get to the door and feed the students as much as I can.
3 minutes.
I have to sign something.
Okay.
And then the meeting at 9.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Sorry, it's just it's a tough week.
And it's a tough week for me too, because of that.
I'm sorry. And throwing away this pen. Off my desk. Drawer with.
Thank you, good luck with your travels.
Yeah.
Wait, you get rid of this thing. So wait. It still doesn't. Books don't seem to be flying out. These two issues.